Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TRACKILICIOUS. I am Eric Lucassian, and we're in for a little surprise today. We are going to be doing some iRacing. Hope everybody's been doing well. I know we've been on a little break, so really excited to be back. And behind the booth, unfortunately, our regulars, Mike Noss and Sagar Bakshi, are busy on these Thursday evenings. So you're going to get your third tier streamer, Eric Lucassian, on the ones and twos. Hope everybody's doing well. We are at our round one of our iRacing mini series here at Circuit de Navarra out in Spain. Qualification just ended. Incredibly tight, with Cody Wasem topping the charts and Jacob Cunningham just a tenth or a couple of tenths behind. Incredible drive. For those of you who know Cunningham, an incredible driver, but a little handicapped to himself with driving the Ford GT. We are getting on the grid, so why don't we hop on into the race and make sure we don't miss the start. Gonna have to ask you guys to help me out and ensure that we are seeing all the things. Hey Doc, welcome. You guys hear the game, hear me, everything sounding okay out there, hopefully? Excellent. Hello, wood burning guy. Excellent. Sounds like we are doing something right, which is not always the case. Looks like we have a half outlap here. Gonna try to add one more thing to help you guys see more stuff. Oops. Let's try this very quickly and hope we can get it all fixed up in time. Just trying to get the overlays captured for you.
Holy smokes!
Oh my goodness. Welp, an absolute legend, as always. Alrighty. Looks like we are out, ready to get started on this race. And got the overlays working. Cody Wasem, Jacob Cunningham, Casey Shooty, Sam Trotter out on the field. This is going to be hyper exciting from my end. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to TRACKILICIOUS. We are about to go iRacing, something a little foreign to us, but something we're trying to get used to. And we are about to cross the start finish line, and we're green, go! Cody Wasem taking an early lead and staying on that lead. Jacob Cunningham right behind, giving him all the pressure in the world. Really tight in that lovely pink Ford GT. Not much changing from what I could see in the standings there. Going on top, Cody Wasem still maintaining the lead as we are here in the twilight Lovely scenery as you see the lights scanning across the walls there and the sand pits. Fortunately, not too many drivers out there. Not any drivers out there. Looks like an extremely clean start for the entire grid. 23 cars on the grid. Fantastic. Cody Wassam leading, Jacob Cunningham, Casey Schutte, Sam Trotter, Jace Wright in here, Michael Hickman, and Robert Brunner to make your top 7. Brad Severs, big iRacing guy, in 8th. Bucknam in 9, and Randy Gross making it top 10. These guys super close. We got some even tighter racing, looks like, in the back potentially. So let's see what's going back here. We try to figure out our camera setups. Tiago in 19th position, chasing some people down. Joe Fallis chasing down the Mustang of Glenn Pino. Looks like a good long straight at Navarra over here. That kink looking super fun. I've never driven the track myself. Oh, that is really, really tight. Joe Fallis using every bit of space he can find on that car. Hopping in this BMW. Oh, and Glenn makes a mistake. And that is a position for Fallis. Up into 17th position. Fantastic move. Oh my goodness, what do we have going on? We got... Okay, never mind. My timing chart said that Jace Wright was in first, but that is clearly not the case, as Jace chasing down Sam Trotter for that 4th position. We figure out some of our cameras over here. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome. Hope you all are well. We are almost 4 minutes into this 1-hour race now. Super exciting about this race is that we have a random safety car that is going to be deployed. Ooh, super exciting. Not knowing when that is, when you're going to pit. Also, limited fuel, I believe 60% maybe, was quoted earlier. So it means that these guys have to decide whether they're going to pit early or when they're going to pit to try and maximize the, or to capture the safety car and hopefully get into the pits at an optimal time, allowing them to, not have to pit twice. But I feel like some are going to fall victim to this random safety car, and that is the beauty of what we're doing here today. We like to do things a little bit differently. So great to see that everybody is in there, hopefully having fun. The field looks amazing and tight as we hop on board with Michael Hickman chasing down Robert Brunner, going in, looking on the inside a little bit, but Brunner closing that door pretty comfortably. A little bit of a wiggle there for Mr. Hickman as he tries to rein control. I'm not quite sure what car he's driving. Anybody in chat know? Maybe we can go outside to figure that out. Oh, it's the vet. It's the vet. Vet chasing down vets. Randy Gross right behind. Let's see. We can solve the no paints problem for Mr. Gross. Cunningham still applying loads and loads of pressure to Cody Wassam. Some of the unique views that we got in iRacing that we don't in ACC. Maybe we should go on the inside here. Ooh, that Porsche sneaking out into view there. Lovely, lovely view there. Cunningham continuing applying pressure to Cody Wassam. Oh, is he going to have a look there? Looking on the inside. Cunningham going in for the move. Does he make it stick? No, TV cameras, don't do me wrong. Cunningham on the inside. Was now taking the long straight. I'm not quite sure, but in ACC, I know the Porsche has limited straight line speed. Was and Cunningham side by side here, going into the kink. Looks like Cunningham slightly ahead. Was tucking in behind. Cunningham making that move stick. What a fantastic overtake by Jacob Cunningham to take that top spot from Cody Wassam. Cody Wassam is not gonna relent though. He is going to apply just the same amount of pressure as Cunningham did, looking to take that position back. Is he gonna make it work? We are gonna see, but Cody, no slouch in the GT3's extreme, huge amount of experience in there. Doing a fantastic job in this milk livery Porsche. Still the tightest position, tightest battle on track. Cody absolutely sending it, keeping it super tight. Less than a car's length between the two. Under braking here. Cody pushing really hard in that classic Ford GT, GT2, GT3 car. Clearly running in the GT3 spec here today. Cunningham looks like he might be pulling a little bit of a gap now. Up to 0.5 seconds. These two clearly in a class of their own, with 1.8 seconds to Casey Schutte just behind. It's like, is that the Audi he's driving? Yeah, it is. And an Indiana livery there. Looks like a custom one, I would say. Sam Trotter just behind. Casey Schutte in a little bit of an island of his own. A second gap ahead, a second gap behind. Doing a great job maintaining that third podium position. Some new names to Trackalicious here. Sam Trotter. Oh. Looks like he's got quite a bit of a high I rating, if I'm reading that correctly. Someone might be able to educate me. I think the 4.9 is a safety rating, and then the 2.3 is the I rating, potentially.
Holy smokes!
Oh, Adam Strange, thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome. Are puppies given enough love? I think they are. I think there are sufficient people in the world who are huge animal lovers, and they get given all the love that puppies can need. So there's the answer to your question, Mr. Strange. As we are here watching some iRacing, Sam Trotter being chased by Jace Wright. Jace, the 296. Quite close, actually, doing a good job trying to get that draft on this long front straight. Now a bit of a separation in the grid. But Jace trying to keep things as close as possible. Sam Trotter did a good job. And just behind, Will Brunner taking advantage of a car that isn't available in his, I think his main game, ACC. driving the Corvette. Thing does look pretty cool in its GT3 configuration. Adam, how you doing? Welcome back. Going down the list here, Michael Hickman. I know we've had some Hickmans here before. I'm not sure Michael is related, but lovely to see Hickman chasing down Brunner now. Only a couple of tenths between them. And right behind, we got Randy Gross. And there we go. We do have the liveries active again. Randy Gross in his custom Apex Lovers, I think, livery. Looking pretty cool. Bucknam, Mr. Mower, the legend himself, back in the car. Behind the wheel of the American Ford Mustang. Chasing down Randy Gross. There are actually quite a few cars right next to each other. And oh my God, Cody Wasem just charging at Jacob Cunningham. Only 2 tenths behind. Incredible pressure. Impressive for Cunningham to be ahead still in the older vintage car at this point in time. Cody maybe having a look. Not quite enough. Gosh, I love that rear bar on that Porsche. Cody again trying to apply some pressure in that asymmetric black and white yin yang livery on that milk car. Gosh, that looks good. Following that Castrol Ford GT. I think that's accurately described as a legacy car these days. Was applying immense amounts of pressure, being sensible, being patient in this hour-long race with 47 minutes to go. Doesn't need to do anything silly just yet, just closing down the gap as Cunningham tries to wrangle this Ford GT into submission. I might be a little bit exciting in the description of his extremely smooth driving. So let us not be fooled that he's taking some great lines through these corners at Navarra here in Spain in the dark as Cody Wasem continues to pursue the Ford GT down the straight. Now pretty close here. Is the draft going to be enough for Cody to think about a dive on the inside? Just doesn't seem to be closing him down. But still doing a phenomenal. I mean, for those of you who know, we can go in and have a look. Driving at such close proximity to a car ahead is quite difficult. But Cody is no slouch. Incredibly experienced driver. It's just you kind of lose perspective of some of the perspective and vision of the corners. Just like you hear, you know, you're not quite exactly sure where the apices or apexes are. So blocks a lot of your vision of the track, but that is not an issue for Cody Wasem. Quite an experienced driver in iRacing, having transitioned over from ACC quite, well, a couple of years ago now. Cody still applying immense amounts of pressure onto Jacob Cunningham. This is a fantastic little battle we have going on. But again, Cody being smart, being patient, taking his time, looking for an opportunity, just waiting for the right time. Who knows? Maybe the Porsche's better on its tires than the Ford is. You never know. I certainly don't know. Maybe you do and you can educate me. But while we are here, why don't we go look at some of the other battles that are happening? It seemed like there were... These guys look pretty close over here. So let's have a look and see what's going on over here between Scott Seradsky, and Joe Fowles. Seradsky, again, applying an immense amount of pressure. Great little battles over here between multiple cars as they've grouped up now. And I see a nice little train of 6 cars just ahead. We'll go check him out in a second. Adam Strange, taking a break from your paper. What are you writing a paper on? Again, Saraski here. Ooh, it makes the move and it was just a bit too tight. Does Eric know how to? Nope. Not quite yet, but we'll figure out how to review incidents and replays. Pato Award and his impact on IndyCar. Well, that's a, a very interesting paper. What class is that for? Go back and check out what's going on up top. Sam Trotter. Nice little group. Scott, welcome. Thank you so much for the sub, Scott. Welcome back. Sending it, and you know what? They are absolutely sending it in the best way possible. And we see a huge send from Jace right out to the inside of Sam Trotter. No, yes, it is Sam Trotter. Jace Wright making that move stick. What a fantastic move. Sticks it in the perfect spot on the apex. And now ahead of Sam Trotter, trying to get onto Casey Schutte now, who is getting closer and closer to these battles, to these guys behind. What a fantastic move. Incredible. Sam Trotter, wow, fallen behind quite significantly in short amount of time. 0.8, 0.7, almost a second up there. As I'm sure Brunner and Hickman are gonna see that move done and smell blood in the waters here at Circuit the Navarra, I think. I mispronounced. Yeah, Navarra. In beautiful, beautiful Spain, over on the other side of the river. "22 months. That's almost a year. Indeed, it is. Not quite, but almost." Jace Wright now charging at Casey Schutte. It's found some magic speed. Ooh. Eric does love seeing some Trackalicious stickers on the cars, and look at that lovely Trackalicious on that wing. Great representation by one of the admins here, Casey Schutte, as Jace Wright continues to chase him down. Just, Jace seems to have found some magic. I don't know what it is. Schutte had a significant, notable gap of a second and a half, over a second to say the least, to Sam Trotter, who was in fourth at the time. But Jace now just finding his groove, figuring it out, and hunting down your Trackalicious admin, Casey Schutte. Welcome, Alive in Madness. Hello. Again, hope everybody's doing well as we watch Jace Wright chase down Casey Schutte. Brunner chasing down Trotter. Hickman chasing down Brunner. Gross with a bit of a gap to the guys up ahead, but is being chased by Mr. Mower, Jake Bucknam. I think Jake's been out of the car seat, out of the racing seat for a little while, so finding his true north again, I'm sure. Turner Johnson in 10th, followed by, surprisingly, Josh Willis in 11th place. Josh, one of the iRacing OGs and your lovely iRacing admin here, taking the charge on trying to help organize this league. Now, I would have expected him to be a little bit higher up, but Josh, I'm sure, also trying to find his bearings here at Navarro, as Eric Miller comes in an island of his own. Significant gap ahead, significant gap behind. trying to figure out his position here. Another Corvette driver, Brad Severs, in 13th position. And there we have an exciting train of Toluwalashe Olajegbe in the 296. I think I've heard that the 296 one of the more comfortable cars to drive. More Zooms lovers. I suspect that quoting a Zoom might mean you come from a certain someone who does some artwork madness. And we're glad to have you here. Glad to share the variety of passions we have here at Twitch through the various channels that are available to all of us. As we see Toluwalashe being chased down by Marcus Taylor. Taylor having a look. Not quite enough. I have to say, when I see a Corvette, being the age that I am, when it comes in that yellow, ooh, it's nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Good little train of cars. Tolu doing a fantastic job so far in maintaining his position. But Marcus kind of experimenting on some lines. Nice exit from Marcus. Does he have the run and the draft that he needs to make that overtake happen? Looks like some action just behind them between Tiago and Glenn. Glenn looking on the outside, looking on the inside. And he's going for the move, but just doesn't quite make it stick. Marcus still on the inside. Toluwalashe on the outside. Now the position's changing with regards to who has the inside line. Tolu doing a fantastic defensive move, still staying ahead here at Navarra. Tolu will live to fight another day as Marcus continues to apply immense amounts of pressure. Classic Vet versus Ferrari. Incredible racing. Great respect between these two drivers. Let's continue down the grid and see what's going on as we have Tiago just behind Glenn and being pressured by Mark Sims. Glenn making a bit of a mistake. The Mercedes looking on the inside. He still maintains the inside as they continue to go right. That's an advantage for the Mercedes, but the switchback on the track happens, putting Mark on the outside, having to tuck behind Glenn, not being able to maximize or take advantage of that opportunity that was given by Glenn. Looks like Jacob Church back there. A bit of a leisurely line, let's say, Mr. Church. By getting back on, trying to find his track position. Glenn still on the defense here, being attacked by Mark Sims. Mark having that draft on the straight, but we haven't seen quite that advantage that we've been hoping to get that challenger ahead from behind. That looks like such a fun section having to come through the king. Kind of reminds me of the end of the second sector or the beginning of the third at Misano with that lovely high-speed right-hand king coming into the tight right-hander. Very, very similar. Super fun. Glenn now building a bit of a gap to Mark. Mark, having fallen behind, still has gap to Mr. Church. Curious to know what his livery is. See some cool pink wheels, but unfortunately doesn't have a car behind to educate us on what that livery looks like. Yeah, we have Hutchinson. Oh, sorry, Jonathan Stahl. Sorry, we're going through the grid here, having a look at everything. Ooh, let's have a quick look here. Is Was still on the tail? Yeah, sorry. My overlay is showing some zeros and deltas, so when I see that, I'm trying to jump to help catch the action, but it's just a little delay in the information being provided. So Down here in 19th position with Jacob Church. Doing a good job after his leisurely drive, staying on track and finding his lines. To Mazik, your lovely commentator from iRacing in the past, and the bright blue choke specialist Mercedes here. I do love the way that car sounds. Just deep throaty sound from the choke specialist Mercedes. Joe Falls, 21st position. Down to Scott Saratsky. Saratsky under pressure from Jonathan Stahl here. The McLaren. Is that the older McLaren? No, that's the 720. Down 21st position. Looks like we have... What? Oh. The overlay is doing some funky things. I apologize. Saratsky in 22nd. Stahl in 23rd. Hutch in 24th. And Casio Noguera in 25th. Chilling in the pits might be, yeah. Let's go back to the top. Oh, we're coming. Oh, there it is. The safety car. The safety car is out, ladies and gentlemen. Bunching all the people together practically halfway. Kind of a nice convenient spot for the first race. As described earlier, for those of you who are just joining this, we have a randomly deployed safety car coming out at 32 minutes remaining in the race. Nice and in the middle, catching everybody up. Race led by Jacob Cunningham in first position, Cody Wasson second, Jace Wright third, Sam Trotter in fourth, Robert Brunner in fifth, Michael Hickman in sixth, Randy Gross in seventh, Jake Bucknam, Mr. Mower in eighth, Turner Johnson in ninth, and Josh Willis with the top 10 here. Now, I see everybody bunching up, and I'm not incredibly familiar with how the safety car is going to work, whether it's going to go just the one lap or the 2 laps, or how many laps that it has defined. I don't even know if it is a defined number of laps, but we're going to find out soon enough here. Ooh, Cunningham, multiples, going into the pits, under the safety car. Looks like the smart time. Halfway through, how many are going? Everybody? Is anybody not going? Nope, everybody decides to go into the pits. It's probably the wise move. Ooh, they got lucky here. Yep, everybody's going in. Everybody is in. Let's look at the race leader. Is this a matter of who is going to be better in their pit stop? Are they going to miss their pit box? What a lovely view of the pit lane here. I think we do have a pit lane cam. Ooh, we totally do. That is awesome. Somebody choosing not to take the pit stop here. Tomazic. Is that Tomazic? Who is that? Ooh, they're off. Was taking a particularly long time. What is going on? What happened? Yep, Tomasic just driving through. He just wants to be in first place. What happened here to Cody Wasson? Looks like he had an incredibly slow stop in the pits. Yeah, Scott, that'd be pretty fun. Safety cars in Evo. Lots of questions about that sim coming up. Pretty exciting. I don't know. I'm stoked. What do you think? What do you think it's you think it's gonna be the next best thing? Trying to figure out which cameras I like here in iRacing. Sweet. If it's a combo of open world and ACC with a solid single player campaign, you'd be happy. That's a lot of ands and ands and ands that it's got to be good at there, Scott. Hopefully it is, but you never know, right? So we take a water break here for me. Safety car still out. Multiple laps. I think this is the third lap that it's out. Giving us a lot to talk about as everybody trying to keep their tires warm. Tamazic maybe just putting on a show for all the viewers out here. So we have Steven Tamazic leading Jacob Cunningham, Jace Wright, Sam Trotter, Cody Wassam coming out of the pits extremely late, falling back 2 places. Sounds like that safety car is going to be coming in this lap, if I hear the sim correctly. Everybody gearing up, doing their last bit of stretches. Bucknam up into 6th from that safety car exchange. Hickman 7th, Brunner 8th, Willis up to 9th. I think Turner Johnson was up in the higher levels and has fallen down. Couple of winners and losers in this exchange for sure. But fortunately, it was a time in which everybody thought it was reasonable to make that jump into the pits, except Tamazic, who said, you know what? I'm going to take this P1 for a couple of laps while I can, but I'm sure Cunningham is going to be attacking Tamazic hard. And so is Jace Wright. As we come through the final sector here. How are these guys going to be taking it? Super excited to see the start of this race again. Little over 25 minutes left in the race in our first of 4 installments of the Trackalicious GT3 Thursday mini-series. Steven Tamazic, Cunningham, Wright, Trotter, Wassam, Bucknam, Hickman, Brunner, Willis, Gross for the top 10 positions as we are about to go green. How is it looking, safety car? Where are you going? Another lap? Question mark? This is a new mini game here in iRacing. Can you keep your tires warm? Everybody looking at multiple lines here as they line up. I'm expecting that the safety car is going to duck out at some point in time here. Not sure what the iRacing protocol is for safety cars. Looks like everybody's being told to go 2 by 2, door to door, holding handles. Maybe an entire other lap in this formation. There's no ghosting under safety car here, so everybody's got to be pretty cautious, but the field tightened up quite nicely with the safety car, giving us enough time actually to go through the rest of the field. Johnson in 11th, Severs 12th, Noguera 13th, Miller 14th, Taylor 15th, Pinillo 16th, 15th, Taylor 16th, Hutchinson 17th, Taratsky 18th, Falls 19th, Schutte. That's who's fell all the way down. What is going on with Schutte in 20th spot? Olajiegbe in 21st, Sims 22nd, Church 23rd, Stahl 24th, and Noguera holding that 25th position firm. As what I presume is for sure, 100%. Almost 100% going to be the last safety car lap here, as people are paired up side by side in a rolling start formation. The field tightened up. Looks like we do have a couple of people a lap down, but we are gearing up to see this start. What are you gonna do, safety car? Tell us. Ooh, it's going in. I think it's up to Steven Tomasik to define when the start of that race is. When we go green, everybody lining up 2 by 2. Cunningham eager, really far ahead. Getting a big run. Cunningham getting a run, but Tomasik holding the field. Is he going? Is he not going? He gets on the gas, gets a fantastic start. Jace Wright getting a really good start as well. Jace Wright almost side by side with Cunningham here. He's going to be looking at that move for sure. Jace Wright is, just not enough. Cunningham really optimized on that position in his on the track, I should say. It looks like Cody Wassa making up one of the spots he lost. Cunningham maintaining that position in second place. Tomasik holding strong that P1 position for now. Cunningham going to be eager to get that position back as quickly as possible, as Cody Wassam now looking at Jace Wright for that third position. Cunningham looking on the inside, does make a set, not quite enough. Gets chopped off by Steven Tomasik, as he did have the right to the corner. From our perspective here, at least, the stewards can decide if there is an incident later. Jace Wright now tight on Cunningham's tail and wing. And Cody Wassam eager to make that spot as well. Right looking, not enough. Tightening up. What a fantastic look there, but not quite enough. Tomasik still maintaining the lead of the race, as Jace Wright a little slow on the throttle, but good late braking. But that does seem to hold up Cody Wassam a little bit, as I'm sure Wass is eager to get past Jace Wright and on to Cunningham to find the perfect move to make while he's being held up. Oh no, looks like Tomasik goes wide right onto the straight here. It's the worst place to make a mistake. But is that Mercedes power going to be enough to keep him ahead? Cunningham looking on the inside. Strong look. Little bit of overlap. Is that enough? Cunningham staying on the inside. Maintaining that spot. Tomasik sends it on the outside. Maintains that position and is able to keep it. But Cunningham not quite giving up that spot. He's still eager, still looking, having to tuck behind, looking on the outside, a bit wide, now on the inside, sending it. Is Tomasic going to be able to defend? He does! Sends Cunningham back into Jace Wright. These guys being great drivers. Looks like Bucknam making a move on... Oh my god, my words are being mixed up. Bucknam making a move on Wassam here. Wassam still looking ahead and now having to look behind. These 5 cars tip to tail. Just incredible driving here. What a great restart. Tomasic doing a great job maintaining that top spot, holding strong in that P1 position. I'm not quite sure if he has to pit yet or not, but I'm sure something like that's going to happen, I would think. But Tomasic doing a fantastic job defending against Jacob Cunningham. Cunningham still looking to make a move onto Tomasic. Wright looking to make a move onto Cunningham. Wassam looking to make a move onto Wright. And Bucknam eager just behind, having fallen back a little bit. Tomasic holding Cunningham wide now, giving Jace an opportunity. Is it enough? Not quite, doesn't look like. But what is going to happen here? Looks like Cunningham looking for another move, gets a suboptimal entry. But fortunately for Cunningham, Jace had an even worse exit, allowing him to gap to the car behind. Tomasic, you go, boy. Keeping that P1 position. I thought, oh no, a huge mistake from Cunningham. Looking backwards, his eagerness, his ambition exceeding his skill in one corner, which isn't something we say very often about Jacob Cunningham. Whoa, what a mix here. And now we have Steven Tomasic in P1, Jace Wright in P2, Cody Wassam in P3, and Bucknam chasing in P4. Whoa, what just happened? Cunningham is going to be furious about that. A mistake made, dropping him down to P8. He is going to be riled up. I could see him charging back through the field, but by golly, was that an error that he's going to look back on and be pretty mad about. Wow, what a change of events here. We still got Jace Wright chasing down Tomasic now. Cody Wassam still chasing down Jace Wright, the former leader of this race. Is he going to be able to get it? Has his lead contender fallen behind enough? Is there too much wear on the tires? We don't know, but we have 60 minutes and 34 seconds to find out. Tomasic still doing a phenomenal job of leading this race. The pack really tight behind. Jace Wright, second place, still, whoa, looking at that bumper, pretty tight. Looks like he gets a really good exit. Jace Wright looking on the inside on the straight. Now are we gonna go 3 wide? Not quite enough. I don't think Wassam has enough speed, but is Jace Wright looking on the inside? He absolutely is. Is there any overlap? Yes, there is. Looks on the inside, sends it on the kink. Huge braking spot as we saw Jace optimizing in the previous laps. Jace Wright takes the lead of the race here with 15 minutes left. And Steven Tomasic falling into second place in that bright blue Mercedes. Now, Wassam looking at that P2 position, hungry, eager, really wanting to get back onto that top spot. Does he have enough? We have Bucknam in a challenge, just trying to pressure Wassam into a mistake. Not quite happening yet, but it is going to be an exciting last 15 minutes. My gosh, I did not expect that to happen. Huge mistake again from those tuning in. From the legend, Jacob Cunningham in that Ford GT. I presume it's quite a difficult car to handle. But we see here Jace Wright building a bit of a gap as the cars behind are in quite the battle. To Tomasic, to Wassam, to Bucknam, to Trotter, to Hickman. All of these cars in a tight pack, and even more so down to Johnson. Cunningham coming back at the charge, trying to get those positions back from that mistake in Sector 1 just a lap or two ago. Bucknam, huge pressure onto Wassam, but it's not just one way he has to look. He has to look backwards as well, as Trotter applying a lot of pressure onto Bucknam as well. Incredible. Bucknam looking on the inside on the final corner. Not quite enough. Wassam gets a great drive out and onto the straight. Now, Tomasic. Wow, what a gap Jace Wright has built. 1.8 seconds. Jace is in the clear with 14 minutes left to go. Is that going to be enough for him to secure that top position. Chase Wright coming out the biggest winner out of the safety car scramble here. Looks like Tomasic with another mistake. Is that going to be a move from Cody Wasem? Wasem right on the tail, looking at it, looking on the outside, looking on the inside. Not quite enough. Tomasic doing another great job defending. Now putting Wasem under pressure from Bucknam from behind. Again, and the pack of cars so tight, we could see Cunningham applying a lot of pressure to Johnson just ahead in the 7th and 8th position. Excuse me. It's so much action. Incredible. Wow, taking a breath here, but getting back right back to the action. Tomasic, Wasem, Bucknam, Trotter, Hickman, Johnson, Cunningham, all in a super tight pack. Less than a second through the entire field here. Looks like there was a huge mistake. Was that a contact? Wasem losing a spot. I gotta go back and look. What just happened? Wasem in the replay here. Going through. Oh no, a huge mistake from Bucknam, punting Wasem into the gravel there. Wasem, wow, that is a dented rear Porsche. Uncharacteristic of Bucknam, unfortunately, making that mistake as we spoke about earlier. When your vision is blocked, it's just incredibly difficult to respot all those markers that you had previously developed. But what does that do? That drops Trotter into 3rd, Wasem into 4th. What a fall from glory with only 12 minutes to go. Looks like Cunningham is coming back up into 6th place, just chomping those places back up. Absolutely devouring these positions at such an incredible rate. Like I said, Cunningham, incredibly skilled driver, now charging forward, looking at Hickman next. Hickman right on his sights with less than a second ahead. Hickman looking behind, not really, looking ahead at Wasem. Wasem with a damaged rear end. That's going to be an incredible challenge for that rear engine Porsche to drive with the rear end damage. Now, is that going to be something that Wasem's going to be able to manage? We're going to see, because he's getting close back up to Trotter. Trotter challenging Tomasic. Is Trotter going to be able to focus ahead? Not quite. Wasem charging back up to him. Only 3/10 between the cars here between 3rd and 4th place. Wasem again super eager to get back up into 1st place, but Chase Wright has built a 4.5 second, nearly a 5-second gap to the cars behind, taking advantage of the battles behind. Incredible drive by Chase Wright. Is he going to win this inaugural race here at Circuit de Navarra in Spain in our return to our iRacing leagues? Chase Wright doing a phenomenal job maintaining that consistency. Wasem looking on the inside of the straight. Trotter in 3rd place, trying to get back up into the podium spot. Is it going to be enough? Having a look, keeping right behind that draft. Looking on the inside, a little tight. Not quite enough. Trotter being able to maintain that position. Trotter, 3rd place. Gets a good run. Tomasic makes another mistake. Trotter now looking, is on the outside, applying pressure on the outside of Tomasic. Tomasic making that Mercedes wider than it already is. 3 wide into the corner. 3 wide. And Was makes that move stick. What a phenomenal job. Was, 2-for-1 deal over there, going up into 2nd spot. Now with 10 minutes left to hunt down that P1 position. Was having way more experience in iRacing here, is going to be chasing down Chase Wright for that top spot. Does he have enough time? Does he have enough pace? A damaged car from a contender, and looks like Jacob Cunningham eager to get a spot, going 3 wide as well. What is going on? Phenomenal racing by the street. Cunningham, is he going to do the 2-for-1 just like his contender just ahead of him? He does make it stick, but no, Trotter challenging him for that 3rd spot. Trotter still on the inside, a little bit behind. They're going side by side into multiple corners. Cunningham finally making it up ahead and gets that 3rd position back on the podium. Cunningham 2.5 seconds behind. Was now less than 6 seconds, chasing Chase Wright for that top spot. 10 minutes left. Is this an exciting race or what? Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a fantastic finish to the race. Look at this pack. Tomazic losing spots, regretting not pitting, I'm sure. Tomazic now losing a spot to Bucknam. Bucknam going up into 6th place. Hickman looking on the inside. Not enough. Tomazic does maintain his line, but wow, what a fantastic couple of laps from Tomazic, giving us incredible racing. Great defensive moves from probably a suboptimal car from the rest of the cars having pitted earlier. Was now less than 5 seconds to Jace Wright with 8 minutes remaining. Oh my goodness, is this going to be enough time for Was to close the gap? He needs to put his head down and absolutely focus. Hit every apex, every braking point, every apex, every exit must be perfect to catch up to Jace Wright up into P1. This race has become so exciting from that safety car, and we are incredibly grateful. At least I am, from a commentator's perspective. Hopefully you all are as well, as it was getting a little bit quiet towards the end there, right before the safety car. But my goodness, Sam Trotter now behind Jacob Cunningham. Cunningham trying to move, focus ahead, gotten into that podium spot. Man, that is, like we said earlier, Cunningham's not just gonna lay there and give in. He's gonna fight back, and has he done that? Incredible, coming from 8th position, only a couple laps back up into 3rd. Trotter now under a lot of pressure from Hickman. Hickman really wanted to get back up, or get up into 4th place and get that opportunity. Cody Wassim, 4.5 seconds, just eating up deltas and deltas and deltas. Deltas for lunch, deltas for breakfast, deltas for dinner, and for snacks as well. Having kids, we know all about that. 4 seconds now, 7 minutes remaining. Is it going to be enough? Cody Wassim, absolute focus, looking ahead, just charging up into where he wants to be. He sees Jace Wright just up ahead, 4.2 seconds, focused on every single entry, every single apex, every single exit, losing a little bit of a delta to Jace Wright. Jace Wright, does he have enough? Does he have the focus? Can he maintain consistent enough to keep Cody Wassim behind? Now we know it's one thing to catch up to a car, it's an entirely different thing to overtake, and Jace Wright knows how to get his elbows out and make cars wider than you think they should be. Cody Wassim, not one to give in though, chasing down this car for P1. Is it gonna happen? Is it not? As we see some position changing in the back. Joshua Willis here as we find our camera, chasing down Turner Johnson. No, I'm sorry. Turner Johnson just ahead, chasing down Eric Miller. Johnson, oh, on the inside. Miller making a mistake. That is not going to stick. Not quite. Just doesn't have enough of an overlap to make that happen, but does tuck in behind to try to make that happen. Josh Willis, as I'm quite used to using his flashers quite liberally. Turner Johnson looking on the inside, doesn't quite have it. Not enough. Not quite enough. And does tuck back in. Now, still chasing Miller down for that 7th position. Hickman, 6/10. Oh, looks like Trotter's made a mistake. Having a look on the inside of that BMW. Does he have the overlap? No, not quite. Does a great job. Sensible move. Falling back. Living to fight another day. Hickman on Trotter. Only half a second. Cody Wassim. Now only 3.5 seconds to Jace Wright. Cunningham. 2 seconds behind. Trotter. Only 2 seconds behind. But I think that Trotter's going to lose some time to Cunningham, given... No! Cunningham spins again! Cunningham spins again! What happened? Going in and loses the rear end. I think, is that in the same corner? No, a very similar way, but By golly, that Ford must be incredibly difficult to drive if Cunningham gonna lose it twice in one race. This is now a 2-horse race up top. Cody Wasem, 3.5 seconds to Jace Wright. 4 minutes remaining. I don't know. The number doesn't seem to be falling quickly enough, but is that pressure gonna be enough for Jace Wright to lose focus? Is that gonna be enough for Cody Wasem to find some magic? Does seem quite far from inside the cockpit, but Cody Wasem now down to only 3 seconds to Jace Wright with only 4 minutes remaining, hunting him down to the very last lap of this race. Bonjour, Pato Ward is the best. Ça va? Hope you are doing well as we're in the closing laps of this race as Cody Wasem is chasing down the former leader of this race, chasing down Jace Wright with only 2.8 seconds. He's been chomping down probably 4/10, 5/10 a lap, but there aren't that many laps left for Wasem are there enough laps left for Wasem to close down a 3-second gap? Now a 2.5-second gap to Jace Wright up front. Wasem, a long-time iRacing driver, and I'm not sure how much experience Jace Wright has, but maybe we'll get a chance to interview him and find out. But Jace Wright coming the absolute top winner right now for the time being of the safety car shenanigans that we had earlier. And let's not forget, Was carrying quite a bit of damage in the rear end from Bucknam's love tap earlier. Now, only 2.4 seconds. My goodness, less than 3 minutes left. Was chasing down absolute focus. Trotter still leading Hickman for the third podium spot. This is absolutely incredible. Looking down, do we have any other battles going on? We have Tolu chasing down a really broken Ferrari of Thiago Nogueira. Thiago going a little wide. One might say it's a weight savings not having a trunk. How much aero does really happen? Randy Gross chasing down Tolu Oleajiegbe. Looking on the inside, looking on the outside, not quite enough. 2 seconds now between Cody Wasem and Jace Wright. Incredible. Tolu applying so much pressure to Thiago ahead. Randy Gross. Tolu, oh no! What happened? Was that a mistake? Oh no! Goes over the curb and loses the rear end. One might say a sudden loss of friction. And you know who hasn't had that? Cody Wasem, 1.8 seconds behind Jace Wright. Just over a minute to go. I have never seen this focused a shark in Ferrari red blood infested waters. Gosh, 52 seconds left in the race. Is that enough for Jace? I think this is the last lap? I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how long a lap it is. It might be the last lap, it might not. Is Cody Wasem going to be able to make it? Is Jace going to make a mistake? Does Cody have the focus? Does he have the pace? Does he have the control of his incredibly damaged car to close down that gap? Now 1.5 seconds. Still hunting him down for that P1 position. It really all depends. Oh, that's for sure going to be the last lap. We only have 8 seconds left in the race. Jace Wright in the lead. Needs to put his head down. Give himself a little bit of a breathing room. Make sure he doesn't make any silly mistakes. Only 1.5 seconds between the two. Cody Wasem looking for the slightest error from Jace Wright to try and maximize and get that top spot. Is it going to happen? 2 more corners left. 1.4 seconds. Jace Wright going through the second to last corner. Last final braking zone. Jace Wright finds the apex. gets back on the throttle. Looks like he's gonna secure that spot, and we got Jace Wright, the winner of the inaugural race here at our mini GT3 iRacing series here at Trackalicious. Fantastic race ending. Wow, Jace, incredible race. And he is gonna do the donuts to celebrate that win. Wow. That was so much fun. Woo! We're gonna need a break there. Sorry for screaming into the microphone. Wow. As Steven Tomazic comes through in 16th position. Absolutely incredible driving by all the folks on the grid here. Thank you, Noodles. Welcome. Hope you enjoyed that race. I sure as heck did. Would love to have these drivers come up. Let's see if we can get them. Hoping to get Jace Wright, Cody Wassam, and Trotter. Trotter was in third. We'll see. We will see. Let's have the winner of the inaugural race here, Jace Wright in chat. Jace, how is it going?
It's going good, you know. Surprising actually. You know, I was always comparing iRacing and ACC a lot, and you know, to win the first race, Trackalicious race is really special. Or my first Trackalicious race. I know you guys have done this in the past, so it's a really special one for me.
Well, Jace, I mean, that safety car. So first of all, let's have a quick check here. I think chat can hear you. Chat, can we confirm that we hear Jace Wright in the booth here? Because I have been known to make this mistake before. So hopefully everybody can hear Jace out there. Okay, perfect. So Jace, that safety car just played really well in your favor. I think there were a couple of things that worked out. How was that initial battle with Steven Tomazic right after the safety car?
It was very stressful. It was there was a Ford in front of me, and I knew there was a Ford and a Porsche, and I know them two were like way faster than me. So I was kind of like praying that Steven could hold them up for long enough for me to capitalize on it, and it happened.
Yeah,
So
it seemed like you made the right move at the right time, and not only did you get ahead of Tomazic, but you also managed to keep the other two behind. As we know here at Trackalicious, Cunningham and Cody Wassam, super experienced iRacing drivers. So for you to have come out ahead of them is just incredible. And you know, it's not any discredit to you. You managed incredible consistency coming in. Where did you qualify? It was like 6th or 7th or something like that?
yeah, I think I qualified 6th.
Okay. And to have found pace through the race, which I'm sure you did, and managing to kind of chug your way through some of the positions must have been an incredible feeling.
Yeah, there was actually I had a couple brown pants moments during the race, and there was also a moment where I made a pass on Sam, which was completely unintentional. I was talking to somebody and missed my braking marker, and it just worked out.
Well,
So that was fun.
uh, again, I'm just incredibly impressed. Great consistency from you. Great job. And congratulations, a win in iRacing in our league. I think this is a first for you, right?
Yeah, this is the first.
Amazing. Well, Jace, if you want to thank anyone, now's the time.
want to thank, obviously the Fuchsia team. Also want to thank the Soul Kid, is his tag on Discord, because he's the one that got me my iRacing account. So thank him for being able to play the game. Thank you guys for putting this on. There's not a lot of, at least right now for me, not a lot of opportunities to race GC3s because of the having to buy in and all that stuff. So having a league with free options is pretty good.
Amazing. Well, Jace, congratulations again. Thank you. And hope to see you at the next one.
Yep.
Hey,
you.
can you do me a favor and pop down and see if Cody Wasson wants to pop in for an interview?
All right.
Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get Was up in here. Give it a couple of seconds. I'll find someone to raid. Well, again, I don't know about you all, but wow, what an incredible race that was. I had a great time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. Gives me a second to catch my breath. Wow. Should we just steal Was? Just drag him up? Is he coming? Is he not coming? Love to get an interview with Wassam. Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. All right. Well, unfortunately, we will not get to talk to Cody Wassam this time around, but I am sure that we will in the future. He is incredibly fast. So, everybody, thank you so much for joining us here at TRACKILICIOUS in our inaugural race in the iRacing Thursday GT3 Championship. We have 3 more races coming up. Definitely going to try and stream the next 2. May have to miss the last one due to scheduling conflicts, but we'll do our best to get it all for you. For everybody here hanging out, thank you for sticking around. We have some super fun stuff coming in the new year. I'm so excited to announce it. Really, really, really exciting. It's yeah. I'm tingling with excitement. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the race, and we'll see you next time. I'm Eric Ocasio from TRACKILICIOUS, and we'll see you around.